Howdy fellas, it's Jazz. The idea of if Pokemon were human has been around since Pokemon started. Kids drawing their favorite Pokemon at school, sharing them with their classmates, and eventually meet their fork in the road, where they can either pursue their passion of creativity, meet a wide community of other artists who grew up playing the same games, or be that one person in the corner trying to justify their obsession with the water dog. I don't judge, but everyone else does. Anyways, I'm gonna start this series with a drawing of Latias and Latios. That's right, we're starting this off with two Pokemon at once. If you were to ask me what my favorite Pokemon is, I would say Raichu. Raichu's my boy. If you ask me what my favorite legendary is, it would be Shiny Meloetta. If we're not including mythicals, then it's Latias. I love Latias for both her design and her personality. She seems like that one friend in your neighborhood who would always come to your house to ask if you can play outside. The kind of person who knows you have social anxiety, so she carries most of the conversation. But also that person who you have to literally hold back to keep from touching hazardous objects because curiosity got the best of them. And just to be clear, these aren't things that have happened to me, this is purely what I'm getting from this character. I definitely went through a lot of design ideas for them. At first I went purely off their personality. I thought of Latias having a sun hat with a summer dress, and Latios having a Letterman jacket with a bunch of patches on it. But then I went more towards their actual Pokemon design, and imagined them wearing early 1900 fighter plane outfits like Amelia Earhart. So I tried to combine the two, and ended up giving them biker outfits, having both the carefree wind-in-my-hair personality and the literal gotta-go-fast design. Although, getting to this point wasn't easy. I tried asking my brother for some input, but that conversation ended up a lot funnier than intended. It really put into perspective how long it's been since my brother played any of the Gen 3 games, because while I was talking to him about how I implement their personality into their designs, Latias being very extroverted and bubbly, and Latios being secluded and the, quote, protective brother type, he said, "Yeah, in my mind I always pictured them being siblings as opposed to them being boyfriend and girlfriend." And I was like, yeah, you should. They're called the Lati twins, not the Eon matching profile pictures. Now, I'm gonna be honest, looking up references for biker suits really just reminded me how much I really want a motorcycle. But all these references I found were just the same black leather suits, so I kinda had to improvise. I was debating on whether or not I should go with black as opposed to white, or if I should stay faithful to the original color palette. I personally thought that the black looked better, but after I reviewed the sketch with others, they prefer the white, which I'm glad I went with in the end because it does look better. I made a shiny version just by changing the color palette, which I'll show you in the end. And I was originally planning on doing the same for their Mega Evolutions, but I just decided to give them the Mega Stones instead, because if I were to draw their Megas, it would be a completely different style and outfit. Honestly, if it weren't for the fact that these two are such an iconic duo, I probably would have just done Latias, because while Latias will always have a special place in my heart, I don't much care for Latios, despite how similar their designs are. But yeah, I basically said everything I want to say about these two. And if anyone has a suggestion on what I should do next, tell me in the comments, and I'll consider it. With that being said, my name is Jazz, and until next time, signing off.